Yeah.
First and foremost, capture and lead the imagination and the emotions of that woman. Speak in a way that evokes emotional states. Now, I don't believe you have to get comfort first. I don't believe you have to get attraction first or seduction first. You can do them simultaneously, and you can do it by being very direct. Let me tell a story.
Again, here I do agree that all these things can be done simultaneously, but yeah, I mean, again, like now, I do agree with what he's saying that all these things can be done simultaneously.
The true story. All my stories are true, but I swear on my star, it's true. So once upon a time, I was going to get my nails done at a salon in Marina Del Rey. I opened the door and it's obviously very crowded. I said to the woman, "How long is the wait?" She said 30 minutes. I said, "Way too long." As I was leaving, I turned and looked over my shoulder and saw a very, very attractive blonde woman drying
By
her nails.
yourself. That's
Yeah.
rare.
Well, hold on. In a club or a bar, it's rare.
I do agree with Ross that in the club or bar, it can be rare that attractive blonde girl or any girl, like attractive model looking girl, you can say. In the club and bar, it is definitely like rare, but on the street, in the grocery store, or in some shop, or in this nail parlor or whatever, it is definitely possible that Ross definitely would have find that attractive girl. All by herself. So here I do agree that it is possible. What Jeffrey is saying is correct, that um, in other locations except bars and clubs, a hot attractive girl can be seen all alone also.
Hold on. Out in the real world, it's not so rare.
Mm.
So, well, hold on. And I'll give you some counterexamples in a minute. So she's drying her nails. And as I'm leaving, I turn and look back and I let the door close. And I thought, no, go back in there. So I went back and I said to her, "Excuse me, I was leaving, but as soon as I saw you, you stopped me dead in my tracks and I had to come talk to you." Boom. Now I forget what patterns I ran on her, but afterwards, when I was debriefing her, after I debriefed her, she said, "You know, you were so bold, you were so confident, you didn't give a fuck about what other people in the salon thought. Everyone was watching. You didn't care. That made my pussy wet almost instantly." So that's an example of actually showing confidence. That's an example of not me talking about times when I was confident. It was an example of being direct, and it was that directness, along with some of the language patterns that she didn't pick up, that actually worked. Now, given the context of a club, I can see how that would not work. But a lot of women don't spend their times in bars and clubs and parties. And further, my audience, guys in their 40s and 50s, and some
Listen,
younger guys.
my students were in their 40s and 50s, and we went to the after parties, we went to the parties, we went to
So let's break down what Ross Jeffrey has said, that he met this blonde girl in this nail parlor. But before we move forward, here's the quick important message. If you're still suffering in your dating life and not able to find the right solution for the problems what you're facing in your dating life, then now it's time to change it forever. And if you're committed, then get to a 30-minute call with me where I will listen to your problems what you are facing in your dating life, and I will give you the best solution which will efficiently solve your dating problems. So book a 30-minute consultation call with me. The link is in the description below, and let's solve your dating issues once for all. I am also the creator of dating product of the century, Dating Infields Domination, which is Unchallenged, the best live example dating product, where you will not only see my live examples of me interacting with people, making some of them my life partner, but also my students doing the same. And live examples are from all over the world, like New York, London, Europe, Las Vegas, and from all races. If you still do not believe what I'm saying, then just check the product out. It costs only $1, and if you're not satisfied, then I guarantee I will even refund that $1 to you. And also guys, if you're enjoying my content, then like this video, because that will help in performing this video better in algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and hit the bell button so that you will be notified when I release a new video And let's move forward with the main video. Break down what Ross Jeffrey has said, that he met this blonde girl in this nail parlor. So I guess the story should be around 20-year-old. So if it is 2024 right now, so it should be 20 years means like 2004, 2005, maybe year 2000, that kind of range it should be. And at that time he should be looking like fairly fine looking guy. Uh, if the girl is like really like attractive in 20s kind of girl, something like that. So let's see something like that. So in 2004, 2005, if we see at that time, at that era, the day game, the pickup, the game was not yet like become like that much mainstream, first of all. So there is a, what we say, direct game effect was still there, like when the guy is talking to the girl in a direct manner, then girl can get the girl will be like, oh my god, like nobody talks like that, so I'm like amazed. But today's the time is different. The game is also very much mainstream. A lot of people do game also, a lot of guys who do day game also. So this kind of effect what Ross Jeffrey got maybe 20 or 25 years ago, it is very hard to replicate that kind of effect at present time. First of all, if the direct game first, and the second is that he is still again, we talked about it, that he is having a very commanding voice, commanding tonality, and he can speak, he also has a good grasp of like English language, and he can choose the right unique word and carefully formulate what he say, and it looks his approach quite unique to the girl. So 20 years ago, Ross Jeffrey personality and that a unique style of opening, of course it would have worked at that time. And I think that he is telling the true story, and he has he had boom that girl at that time. Now imagine the same situation, some hot like 22-year-old blonde girl in a parlor, some average looking white guy or Indian guy or any other guy, not that tall, maybe 5'8", 5'9", speaking with not that commanding voice, a simple direct opener. In 2024 or beyond, it is not going to bring that kind of effect, because the pussy will not be going to get wet, if we say it in simple way. So you understand, so when it happened also makes sense, it in the old time, and at that time the girl were not that much approached compared to these days. But again, I'm not discarding that direct game is not workable at this time in 2024. It can still work, but there are also some situation where it is better to be indirect, and there are some situations it is okay to be direct. In one way, what I want to say is that can it work in 2024? Of course it can work, but you have to burn many sets to make it to work. But you try many times and you get rejected, and then one time it will work. So it is better to learn more efficient way to play the game. And again, just he approached the girl, that is not finish the job. He also did his game or pattern or whatever things what he did. After that, he able to boom that girl.
The bottle service nights, we did it all. We did bars. We demonstrated a diverse range of events over 3 days and 3 nights. We did 3 venues per night, 9 venues this weekend. It was a joy. surrounded by love at every venue.
Okay, what I'm saying is that many guys are just not going to go to bars. They're not going to have access to those venues. You mentioned the word bottle service. How many guys can get access to bottle service?
Oh, I
I
didn't
would
pay for
rather
it.
show up in a way, if
I
I
got
could.
invited.
If I could, well, you got invited because your status and your mystery, of course. The guy who's in Podunk, Idaho, who's living, who's working 12 hours a day because he's got his own career. He's a successful career person, or he's running his own business. He doesn't have time to go to bars and clubs. I personally, even with you by my side,
Mhm.
whispering in my ear would not go because I can't stand noise. I can't stand crowds. I can't stand drunk people. I just would not go. But there's a larger
That does add up to you coming up with enough excuses not to go to the party, and
I
no
would
one.
not.
So here I'm not agree with the mystery that just because Ross Jeffrey is saying that he is not interested in going to bars and clubs and all the places, then it's just an excuse. If somebody is not interested, for example, me, when I started the game and I tried my best, like going to bars and clubs, and I noticed that this is not what I enjoy. But to get laid I have to go to bar and club. But when I figure out the day game thing, definitely I just discarded the bar and club stuff. um, uh, and and it works pretty good. So here, and there are like many guys, there are many guys who are not into these kind of like going to bars and club. You need to have, like, to enjoy this kind of environment, you need to have a different kind of personality also. The guys who are like introvert personality, it can happen then they are not enjoying these kind of venues, these kind of locations. The guys who are like more extrovert kind of personality, they are enjoying these kind of location, these kind of venues. So that can also play as a factor also. So I will not say this is an excuse. It's just some guys don't prefer to go to bars and club because there's lot of food on the streets. Why you have to go to bars and club? You just, even street shopping malls, shops, cafe, lot of places you will find hot girls all by themselves alone. So this is definitely possible. There I agree with Ross Jeffrey.
You
I
get
would
there.
not go. It's not an excuse. I just would
Oh,
not.
you're missing out, my friend. The
I
parties
just
in
would not go.
Hollywood Hills.
Plus, that's like missing out, my friend, and all these things. It's not really like some guys are not really interested in these parties and all. For me, like I'm not interested in like these parties and all the stuff. I just like go to the street, get the girl, and boom boom the girlfriend, and do my work and all the stuff. And because I have an introvert personality, I just don't really like to just go to the parties and all the stuff. So I'm not missing out anything uh, at all if I'm not going to the parties. And that is completely BS what mystery is saying. And also one more thing, they're all stuck in the, like, what we say, time loop. So in the time loop they are stuck. You have to understand, like, now these days, for example, this is, I I have experienced, this is, I have, you will also, maybe you can agree or not agree. So a lot of girls who love to go to bars and club and like so they go to these places when they want to get laid, want to find a new guy or something like that, want to have fun. They are ready to get, boom boomed, and want to do some party fun, you know so they go to these kind of places, bars and club. Now with, when the social media, Instagram and all these Tinder and the dating apps, so whenever the girl is needing that kind of fun, she have access to the, like, chats on Instagram or Tinder and all. So the way the bars and club, like the people give weightage in the past 20-15 years ago, it is not that strong now. You understand? So lot of, if the girl is already, sexually satisfied, it can happen that she will just on Saturday she just like to chill in her apartment watching some movie or cuddling with her fuck boy or something like that, or just relaxing. And when she's getting horny, she just like, get call the, like, chat or something like that, or meet someone on online. It can happen. So what I want to say is that, like, the way bars and club would have worked 20 years ago, 15 years ago, even 10 years ago, they are not that, you know um, strong now these days, because it is changed, time has changed.
There's a
Or
larger, there's a
extraordinary.
larger, there's a larger point here. How many
Okay.
guys, if they don't know you or someone in that scene, can get those invitations? But
He's also correct, like, like Mystery is already like a celebrity. He's 6'5", celebrity, good looking guy. And even for me in Germany, there were situation that like, forget about getting laid in the clubs, and I was not able to get entered in the club because this is how I look, and they just didn't let me enter in the club. Somehow after, I made the contacts, I able to get enter in these clubs. But lot of guys are not that lucky, and some guys will not even able to get the entry let alone buying the bottle service or something like that. So so you have to understand. And this is, I definitely agree that some guys don't even have that kind of patience, like, going to the club and buying the bottle service. And then there is also like very not good chances that you will get laid or something like that.
more importantly, that was an example of what you said can't work, which is direct approach. I showed my interest. You say don't show
No,
your interest.
on a single
I
set, of
showed
course, you can do it.
I showed my interest directly. I did it in a way where there's no shame. And I think when a guy
I mean, the thing is like, showing interest directly, which is, I do agree, like in a one way, if you show in a very unique way, and the girl has not yet listened it again and again. So for example, imagine a hot girl is walking. Now imagine the scenario, okay, like this thing would have worked. I'm not saying, denying that what Ross Jeffrey is saying, the story, like, of course, like the story is a true story and it would have worked. Now imagine like 2024, now a girl is walking on the Union Square or in Times Square or wherever, whatever, any place or something in USA or something like that. Girl is walking, hot girl is walking, and she already got approached by like 3 4 guys, because lot of guys do game now these days, any hot girl anywhere in the world now. So she get approached, and then you go with your direct game. It can happen, the girl will just not respond to you the way she would have responded 20 15 years ago. It will be a different situation. So you can bring some uniqueness in the direct game, choose the right word, do some creativity in your direct game, it can still work. But what I want to say, if you are just going to the girl, hey, you are like, I just saw you, sometimes I have seen some situation, the guy approached the girl, and the guy said to the girl, I just saw you, I just saw you. When the girl listened, I just saw you, she said, one again, this bullshit, again this BS. I just saw you, and then she just want to leave, because this is, everybody speaks like that. I just saw you, you look nice. So what I'm saying is that today, at present time, I'm not saying that you should stop doing direct game, but there should be some, you need to you need to do some tweaks, some changes, I will say.
I can show that kind of balls, combine it with a unique thing. I didn't go up to her and say,
The thing is, like, it is not just about balls. It is not about balls. It is also about the personality. Also, some luck is also involved. Imagine, like, some guy who is not having that kind of personality, commanding personality, and he practiced this direct line, this direct approach for 6 months. So 6 months he practiced, and now he can speak, he can go to the hottest girl and go and talk to her very congruently. Direct approach, he can do it. He go to the girl, he practice this line, practice this approach. He go to a hot turbo blonde girl on the street, approach her. I saw you, you look dive, like, what Ross Jeffries said, these things. It will still not work for him. You understand? So there are like a lot of factors involved. In his case, also a lot of factors played role. That's why it became successful. And in 2024, you need to have a different kind of style. You need to do some changes in your game, in your approaches, to make these kind of to make it to work.
hey, I think you're so beautiful, I had to come back in. Didn't work. I said, when I saw you, you stopped me dead in my tracks, which is something that's very unique, something.
Yeah, he brings some uniqueness, which is okay. That is also, we have to take this thing into consideration. He again, I said that he has a good grasp of English language and everything. He knows how to use the right word at the right time. That is also, the prerequisite of his system.
Would be used to hearing, and boom. So it is possible to be direct. I think the distinction between direct and indirect maybe it's not so important one. You can, with speed seduction, you can do both, and they're equally effective. So what would you say to that? That I was direct, I didn't show an indicator of disinterest, and that the real demonstration of higher value was not me telling a story about how I was boldly approaching someone, but the fact that I actually did it.
Well, I've discovered in my experience that women of particular quality of beauty are rarely alone. They're usually in groups. So you're going to have to work the group,
In the club, in the bar, yes, but on the street, in the grocery store, because these girls also go to on the street, on the grocery store, in the Starbucks, or in, like, these kind of parlor or whatever. So in the shopping center, so there it can happen. You can find these kind of girls alone.
They're on their phone. They're trying not to let anyone talk to them. I've had beautiful women in my life, and bartenders and such, and when they're walking to work, they just walk fast and they don't want to talk to anyone, and they pay attention.
Again, you see, like, when you say don't talk to anyone, because if you're going, like, excuse me, I just saw you, and then everybody is like doing like this, and then she just, so again, in one way it can happen if you are just saying the same thing, but again, there are like different ways to approach girls. There are different style of approaches, phone approaches. Before approach, you do a DHV. So a lot of things have what we say, developed in game. And that is also what I teach, and I have in my system. Also, my product is there, also dating mastery, and also the infield examples I have, dating Infields domination. There you can check this thing out, how to play the game in a right way at this present time. Practical implementation of game from approach to boom boom.
No one, right? Beautiful women are usually in groups of people when you meet them, and you cannot hit on her on the open, because you don't know which is the boyfriend, which is the brother, and they're in the group. Remember,
I don't hit on anyone. I don't hit on anyone.
Mhm.
And all those beautiful women that you see, they have to go grocery shopping. Here in Southern California, they're everywhere in yoga events, not yoga classes, because they leave the class right away. But I have done very well at yoga events. For example, this is chick crack. I don't believe any of it, but I'll go. They do yoga sound baths and chakra healing, and they're all over the place. There are plenty of women who are by themselves. Ice is laughing, but there's plenty of women who are available who are by themselves. And furthermore, if you can talk in their language, they love that stuff. So I don't agree that women of great beauty or even quality are alone. Now, I'll agree with you this, in the context of what you're speaking about, in bars and clubs, they're not alone. I would say they're never alone. But again, I just don't go into bars
Well,
and
just
clubs.
I'm telling you, I've been out yesterday and the night before on the streets. People are in 2 sets. That's 2 people, 3 sets. Mixed sets have guys in them. Very lucrative. You can actually approach a couple and be surprised that they're not together, that the man is just an orbiter. So you can get some interesting results from unexpected types of sets. A lot of people don't open mixed sets. That's with a group with guys in them, because they're afraid that the guys are going to get angry that you're making moves on the girl. But if you open in an indirect manner and you befriend, her friends, then you have a chance with her. Usually with peer approval, by saying, your friend and I like each other. You cool with that? And a nice little sound bite for them to say, sure. And then you can go sit with your selected interest.
Again,
That is the pattern that happens over and over and over again in pickup for me, is that I see a group of people, I engage in them, we chat for 10, 15 minutes. In that time, I get permission to isolate my woman of interest and escalate from there.
I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot of value out of it. By the way, guys, if you are still suffering in your dating life, not able to find any solution for the problems you are facing in your dating life, now it's time to change it forever. And if you really want to get guided by me personally in my mentorship program or in my one-on-one bootcamp program, then apply to the link in the description below. The link is deepakdating.info/mentorship. But keep in mind, my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program are in very high in demand with a very limited availability. They are also costly. So only if you are fully motivated, committed, and prepared emotionally and mentally, want to get guided by me personally, only then apply to the mentorship or my bootcamp program. If right now the cost is the issue, or you are not able to do my mentorship program or my bootcamp program due to any personal reason and still want to change your dating life, then I suggest you to join Dating Infields Domination. The link is also in the description below. The first link, it's only $1, completely risk-free. You can cancel it anytime you want to. There you will see pure uncut infield interaction of me as well as my students, getting laid, getting girlfriends. Listen word by word, line by line, infield interactions in this program, Dating Infields Domination, and learn top-level seduction skills which no other dating coach in this world can able to teach you. I challenge it. What you will see in Dating Infields Domination in the infields, that is something you will be personally learning from me in my mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program in future if you plan to join it. So apply to the link in the description below for a 30-minute free call, deepakdating.info/mentorship. If you really want to get mentored by me personally and change your dating life, or other alternative, join Dating Infields Domination. The link is also in the description below. If you are not really sure right now for mentorship program or my one-on-one bootcamp program. Also guys, don't forget to watch the playlist Rock Solid Infield on this channel, where I'm doing live flirt, picking up girls in front of camera, showing top level pickup and attraction skills. Also don't forget to watch Student Transformation and Testimonial, where I'm teaching my students, showing full documentaries, student success and their testimonials also.